statistics, and I mentioned that earlier, and that's usually an area that we don't like. Let me show you what it looks like. It's an area that we all have when we're in high school, certainly in university. Statistics, it's something that we don't like. We kind of do it in university because we have to, the statistics course, but we never think of using it in our life. However, it is the best wake-up call ever. And how I know is that when I was trying to convince or finally threaten my husband to do the course, what I said to him is, sweetheart, if you're going to argue with me, then just go back and pick up your day timer and pick a month and tell me how many conversations and how many actions you've taken during that particular month that moved your career forward. Not a problem. If you're going to argue to not take the class, then just do that. He said, okay. So he went through his day timer. I said, just pick a month. He said, okay. He picked October, and he went through the whole month of October and all the actions that had been taken that month to move his career forward, his writing career, to break into television. And he looked up with a smile on his face, like he had done something good, and he said, 3. The number 3. And I went, 3? If you were the president and CEO of your company, was 3 a good number? Is that an appropriate number? He said, Jesus, no. He said, I would have fired myself months ago. I mean, my God, 3. But the thing is, guys, he was unconscious to it. Right? Just like we're unconscious. Life just kind of floats along. We float along in hope and dreams and all this great stuff, which is all great stuff. But you've got to get real as well. So what this does is it literally has you, this is the rubber hitting the road here. This is not fun, but it's something that kind of does, it's a good wake-up call. Here's some of the categories. Number of companies contacted, number of meetings that I had. And in the class, you see it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then your total for the week. And then you give that to your coach at the end of each week. Okay? So it forces you for 4 weeks to literally be conscious of exactly what you're doing in each of those categories. Another category somebody wrote down was the number of rejections I got. It's good. It kind of gives you your ratios. Not a bad thing to know. Number of deals in negotiation, number of phone calls regarding my projects, number of hours spent on my project, number of new relationships I've created, number of items accomplished today. What else? What would be some other categories for you specifically that you would put here so that you could be able to track throughout the week for those 4 weeks? What would some of those be?
Number of pitches.
Number of pitches. Excellent.
Number of auditions.
Number of auditions. It's yours.
I don't know, number of phone calls sent, reels sent out.
Okay. Number of phone calls created. Number of reels
Yeah.
sent out.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. What else? What are some categories that you would use to track the various things for yourself?
Number of advertisements sent out.
In your case, number of advertisements sent out. You're trying to get those 25 extra people. Exact number of advertisements sent out.
Number of contacts identified?
Number of contacts
Identified?
Number of contacts identified. Okay, great. Maybe it's just, maybe it's like the number of relationships meetings.
Number of appointments.
Number of appointments set up. Excellent.
Number of hours spent making new contacts.
Number of hours that I spent making brand new contacts.
Number of
hours
pages.
spent to making stats.
Making stats. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. You don't want to have this many pages. You want it to only be a few categories. So you don't want to spend the whole time doing that.
Number of pages you wrote.
Number of pages I wrote. Perfect. If you're doing your script. Excellent. Anything else?
Numbers of
Film
submissions.
festivals submitted to.
Number of film festivals submitted to. Excellent.
Number of submissions to films.
Number of submissions to films. Excellent. Okay, good. See, so it would be whatever areas that you want to track. And I know it's painful. It sounds a little bit painful, but guys, it's great in terms of the wake-up call. In terms of, oh my God, you know what? Here I thought I was really out there being active and doing stuff like my husband thought, oh yeah, I'm doing lots of stuff. And then all of a sudden you realize 3 things. So then you can look and you'll notice as you go through the 4 weeks how it will increase during the 4 weeks of being in Flash Forward too. You'll start to notice, oh my God, I've been so playing small. You're not conscious and not aware of how small sometimes we play. And not that there's anything wrong with that. It's safe and it's comfortable. But in those 4 weeks, you kind of get to play outside that comfort zone and get to see what life is like outside the comfort zone. What life is like when you're playing on the court instead of sitting in the stands judging and evaluating what's going on the court, which is where we are most of the time. So it's really cool to kind of wake up and see. And not that, once again, it's not about beating yourself up and nothing wrong with it. Going, oh my God, here I thought I was really active and you know what? I made 3 calls this week. What the hell's that about? I'm somebody who's always saying I'm going to be out there doing stuff. 3 calls is not okay. You know, given that I'm going to have my job as an editor by the 9th of June, you know what? Maybe it's going to be 30 calls a day. Hell, maybe it's 50 calls a day. I don't know, whatever it is, but to make it happen, I need to start playing the game. Okay?